If you're still doing this to transfer your videos from your devices to your other devices, change your life from this point onwards. Let's get started. Network attached storage or NAS is a term that you would have heard. You want to have your own files transferred within your own network across your cell phones, other laptops to your desktop, or interchangeably between your different devices. You can build one using a NAS. Now, if you want to use it for file sharing purposes, well, you can do that. If you want to share the files beyond your network with your other friends, you can also use a NAS for that purpose. You want to create a media server for yourself to watch movies like Netflix. If your friends are at your home, if your family is at your home, and you want to share different collections of movies which is just sitting in one of your devices, and you want to make it available at your television, in their laptops, in other devices like cell phones, you can do that using a NAS. You want to make a game server? Well, that's cool, right? You can do all of it using a NAS. Now, all of these things might sound a bit tricky, might sound a bit difficult to do, but that's not the fact. Well, most of the people haven't tried these out. Maybe that's the reason why they think it might be cumbersome to configure all those things and then make it happen. That's not the truth. We are going to learn how we can configure easily a NAS and make it usable, which is really going to ramp up your experience across your devices. Let us check the prices of a few NAS. You can see a few options out here. One of the famous and popular NAS is from Synology. And as you can see the specifications, now we will go and delve into how you can create one of your own for completely free. Now the first step is to go onto your browser and search VMware, and in the website click on download now. So once you download the exe file, you have to just execute it and go through the steps as guided by the setup. Once that is done, you're ready to go and open up the VMware. This installation is pretty simple, and this is kind of a thick client which sits inside of your PC. Once that's done, you need to search for TrueNAS on your web browser and go on to TrueNAS Core and start downloading the TrueNAS. You need to enter your email ID, and once you do that, click on continue with your email and then download the stable option. Once you're done with it, here is your VMware ready. You need to provide a disk space. So I've selected a drive location in my desktop, and I'm going to treat this as my network attached storage. So once I've done that, I've just renamed a few folders here, and I'm going to go through the subsequent steps in the VMware. And I will just assign the disk space which is required to host the operating system for the TrueNAS software. And I'm going to hit on finish. And here you can see your VM is ready. Now we are going to go ahead and start installing the other drive. For that, first we will assign the memory, and now we will go and assign the processors. We are assigning 4 cores, and there are tons of options to customize. So here we are going to assign a drive space wherein we will be storing our files. Now here I'm going to add another layer of storage which is going to be of 20 GB. And I'm going to put it into the same folder location in my drive, which I'm going to use for storage. And as you can see, this is going to create the disk space. And once that is done, you're good to go with your TrueNAS as well as your storage that is going to use. So once you hit on OK, now the VMware will guide you to the installation steps. So the first step is to install. Once you click on install and upgrade, you need to hit on spacebar to install the VMware on the drive location where it will be hosting the operating system. You have to provide your credentials, hit on OK, and then you have to boot the VMware. Once the installation is complete, now you have to reboot your system. It would take a few minutes. On the last step, you would be able to see the IP address which you need to access your NAS. Now copy that IP address and go onto your web browser, type that, and you would be able to see you just logged into your own personal NAS. Now once you are into your TrueNAS, you need to configure a FTP server or a file transfer protocol server to transfer your files across your devices. For that, First you need to do is go to storage, go under pools, and here is what we have, which we created in the previous steps. Go on to these three dots menu, click on it and select add data set. Now once you are in add data set, all you need to do is give it a name and then hit on submit. Now once we have created our storage from the pools, next we have to go on to the services. So you need to scroll below and click on services. Here you would see that there is a service which is named as FTP. What we have to do is turn it on, and we have to select start automatically checkbox and further click on the pen icon which is under actions. Once we have done that, click on advanced options. Under advanced options, the first thing that you need to check is allow local user login, which is basically allowing you to access the FTP within your network, which is within your home network. Now once you have done that, you have to select the file permissions, which is providing write permissions, and also the group and other permissions. All the way you need to scroll below and click on save. Now once you have done that, switch over to accounts, and here we are going to add users. So we already have a root user over here. What I'm going to do is add another user for the FTP server. After that, I have to provide a password. Once I've done providing the password, I have to scroll further below and locate the directory wherein I want to provide permissions for my FTP. So here I'm going to click on the root folder, and further if I scroll down, I can see the folder which I created just a few minutes back. And further I have to check the group and the other permissions and click on submit. Now I have all the authorized permissions assigned to the user that I just created. Now after I've created my user, I will switch over to the groups, and here I can see the user is already created. What I have to do is click on the small blue icon to the right. Once I've done that, I have to add members. If I go to members, I can see already FDive is added onto this. If I scroll below, you should be able to see FTP here. I need to transfer this from the left to the right menu by clicking on this arrow and then hit on save. Now I've assigned the user FDive into a group which is called FTP. Now once I've added a user to a group, I need to scroll further below into storage again. Click on pools. I have my FTP folder right about here. I need to go to the right, click on these three dots, go on to edit permissions, and under edit permission, I have to select the right user, which is going to be, and thereafter I have to add the group, which is FTP. After I've done that, I have to provide the right permissions and hit on save. To access the NAS from my cell phone, I'm going to install an EX file manager application, and this is going to help me transfer my files from my cell phone to my desktop. So once I'm here, I will just allow the access to manage my media. I'm going to go into my FTP and then click on add and add again the FTP server's IP and hit on OK with my username and the password. Now here is my FTP, and I'm going to copy an image from my cell phone onto this FTP. So I'm going to go into my image storage location, copy the image, go back to my FTP and paste it right over there. And that's done. So once you're done with all those steps, go on to this PC. Now right click, and now you would want to create a network location. So go and create a add new network location. Here I'll just do next, and here we have to type FTP location. So our FTP location is same as that of our NAS. So I'm just going to type the syntax like FTP : /, and then our IP address, and then we have to hit next. Here the option is log on anonymously. We have to uncheck this, and we have to write the username, which is FDive in our case, and I'm going to hit next. I have to open the location once it's done. Now you can see it's asking for the password. I have to type the password over here, and once I click on login, you can see that the image is here which I just copied from my cell phone. Thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel and follow for more content. Stay tuned and bye for now.